Welcome to our discussion. Okay, the topic for our discussion is about the factor that contribute to the uncleanliness of public toilets. Candidate A, which is Zakwan, we start. Can you give your opinion about the factor that contribute to the uncleanliness of public toilets?
The factor that affect the uncleanliness of the public toilet is low water pressure that happen in the pipe because of the corrode. When the corrode is formed in the pipe, it will block the water flow and it will reduce the water pressure, and the citizen that use the public toilet will have a difficulty on use the hose, and the water that can be used will be less than the actual volume. So the second one is the citizen that throw rubbish into the toilet bowl, such as use tissues and others like cigarette and so on, can reduce the pressure in the toilet bowl. So it might cause the toilet bowl to clog and water can rise up, and it will flooded the floor of the public toilet. The third one is the leaking of the toilet tank that might be happen if the ball valve is not function, and it has a leaks on the ball valve that cannot be flooded and close the valve to control the water volume. So the water will flooded on the floor too. So when the citizen use the toilet and step on the flooded floor, it may be cause the floor to be dirty because of the site on the citizen shoes have a muddy soil. So it will be a factor of uncleanliness in the public toilets. Okay, that's all from me, and I will pass to Nisha. Thank you.
Thank you, Zakwan. I agree with Zakwan, but let me add more on ineffective cleaning. Well, in my opinion, I think that ineffective cleaning contributes to the uncleanliness of public toilets. Ineffective cleaning leads to uncleanliness of toilets. Why? Well, in my opinion, this is because of unorganized cleaning schedule. This would cause the cleanliness of toilets to deteriorate over time. A proper schedule would state how often the cleaner should clean the toilet. It would also include what day and time the cleaning will happen. However, an unorganized cleaning schedule or cleaners failing to follow this schedule will make the public feel uncomfortable or unpleasant to use the dirty toilet. Besides that, cleaning halfway. When I say cleaning halfway, I mean they be cleaning the toilet, the sinks, the mirrors, but not the floor. When they're not cleaning the floor, you could see that there are stains, there are mud on the floor. This causes the public to feel uncomfortable to use the toilet. Furthermore, using dirty cloths, dirty equipments, dirty cleaning equipments are also ineffective cleaning. Why? This is because when we use dirty cloths and dirty equipments, this could leave stains and the mirrors would appear dirty. Instead, it should be shining, but it would look dirty. Well, that is all from me. Let's hear what Kiro has to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Nisha. Okay.
Okay, in my opinion, the factors that contribute to the uncleanliness of public toilet is poor toilet facilities. Okay. Um, okay. In this case, our government is less concerned about the. In this case, our government is less concerned about the facilities and qualities of the public toilet. So, why do I say so? Because there is no budget that has been allocated to increase the quality and the facilities in the public toilet. Okay, let's take Japan as an example. In our Asian country, Japan has the spotless public toilet. So why is it like this? Because the public toilets in Japan has high tech appliance and facilities such as automatic opening lid, automatic toilet flush, and many more. So when there's high tech facilities like this, people will be more aware to keep the toilet clean and they will take responsibility. They will take the responsibility to keep the toilets clean. In contrast, our country is lack of this high tech appliance. So the users of public toilet in our country will be like they won't take the responsibility to keep the toilet clean. So in my opinion, poor toilet facilities will also contribute to the uncleanness of public toilets. That's all from me. So what do you let's hear from Adam.
In my opinion, that irresponsible use of public toilets. For example, many people like to smoke in public toilets. This can cause foul smell and the smell will linger for a long time. Secondly, people tend are done using the toilet. This can produce an unpleasant to the next person who wants to use the toilet. Thirdly, a lot of people like throwing the rubbish into the toilet bowl. This could cause water overflow, which can wet the floors and make it slippery. Fourthly, people like sitting on the toilet bowl because they don't want to touch the dirty toilet seat. Well, this will actually make the toilet seat even dirtier, and it could even also damage the toilet seat. I think this is all caused by a lack of common sense in the general public. It's also caused by a lack of proper upbringing from parents and schools. So schools and parents should give proper toilet etiquette to children so that they develop good toilet habits. Thank you. That's all from me.
Okay. Um, Actually, there are many factors that contribute to the uncleanliness of public toilets. So, from my opinion, one of the factor for that is an irresponsible user that is the most common one that contribute to the uncleanliness of public toilets. Because why I say like that? Because first, they lack of the responsibility for the environment surrounding them. Because they think that they do not have to keep that public toilets clean because they already have people that because they think that that is not their job and already have people that have to be they have been paid to clean that public toilets, so it is okay for them to throw away the rubbish anywhere, and it's okay for them to not flush. So that's what's the mentality for the people's nowadays, for especially for the teenagers. Okay, that's the first. And the second one, if we can look at the public toilets at the wall. We can see lots of we can see there is some people that used to write on the wall to express their feeling, right. Actually, there is an immoral attitude because some people did not feel comfortable when they use the public toilets, and they see the an unexpected word, just like words just like unexpected word. So that is not comfortable for others to use the public toilets. So I think that people have to change their attitude. So they have to be more responsible when they use the toilets. They have to keep the toilet clean. So that means they have to be being cooperate with the cleaner as well. Because if they use the public toilets well, so the cleaner feel very happy because less burden for them to clean the toilet, right? So I think we as the public have to tolerate with the cleaner. So we have to be a responsible person when we use the public toilets. So that's all my opinions. Thank you. Thank you for coming to our discussion. Topic for our discussion today is about the factor that contribute to the uncleanliness of public toilets. Okay, actually there are many factors that contribute to the uncleanliness of public toilets. So for this discussion, we want to know what is the common ones that about the factor that contribute to the uncleanliness of public toilets. So we go with the first candidate, which is Zakwan. Zakwan, can you give your opinion about the factor that contribute to the uncleanliness of public toilets?
Thank you, Frida. Uh, so one of the factor that affect the uncleanliness of the public toilet is about the low water pressure in the pipe. That the pipe that corroded will accumulate in the pipe, and it is might block the water flow, and it can reduce the pressure of the water. So it might be difficult for the citizen to actually use a hose or use the water properly. So it will lead to uncleanliness of the public toilets. So my second opinion is about the citizen that throw the rubbish, such as used tissues and others like cigarette and so on. So when the citizen do the things like that, it will cause the toilet bowl uh, to reduce the water pressure, and when the citizen flush the toilet, it will be difficult for the water to flow out from the toilet bowl. So it will cause the toilet bowl to clog and water can rise up. So the third opinion is the leaking of the toilet tank, which the ball valve that leaks, and it will lead to the uncontrolled water volume that come out from the toilet tank. And when the ball valve leaks, so the ball cannot be flowed and close the valve to control the water volume. So it will flooded onto the floor, and it will leave a step of citizen that enter the public toilet, that the citizen have a muddy soil on the side of his shoes. So that's the opinion about the cleanliness of the public toilet. So Nisha, do you think it? My opinion is, do you think the leaking of toilet tank, uh, the citizen throw the rubbish and low water pressure in the correct pipes will affect the uncleanliness of the toilet, of the public toilet?
Well, I agree with Zakon's point. You said when the leaking of the toilet tank would leave mud on the floor, right? So in my opinion, when there is mud on the toilet floor, it would dry up over time. It would dry up over time. And when it dry up, it would look dirty. So the users or the public would feel uncomfortable to use the toilet. Well, that's all from me. Thank you.
I agree with Zakwan's point, but I would like to also add that I think irresponsible users also contribute to uncleanliness in toilets. For example, people love smoking, sitting on the toilet seat, throwing trash into the toilet bowl, wetting the floors. All of these make the toilet very unhygienic. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm agree with Adam because we know that today people, especially for the teenagers, their lack of the responsibility, especially the responsibility for the environment surrounding them, right? So um, they may think that there is not their job to keep the toilet clean. So there is okay for them to throw the rubbish anyway, just like Adam say, and there is okay for them to do not flush because there is someone behind them will keep the toilet clean for them. So actually bad attitude. Uh, there is bad attitude. So we have to cooperate. We have to be tolerate with the cleaner as well. Because if we use the public toilets well, which is we keep the public toilets clean, so the cleaner will be happy and we can less the burden. We can less the burden for the cleaner, and also the public also will be comfortable to use the toilets because they use the clean toilet. They can use the toilet. uh, they can feel the hygienic. They can feel the hygienic of the toilet. So that's all from me. Anyone else have any suggestion? Any other suggestion?
Uh, I agree with what Hilda said. So the cleanliness of a public toilet will reflects the civilization of a community or a society. So dirty toilet, public toilet will show that people in a country are not so responsible in keeping the country clean. So I would also like to add some points in this discussion. So the factors that contribute to the uncleanness of the public toilet is poor toilet facilities. So in this case, government are less concerned about the cleanliness of public toilets. Why do I say so? Because government there's no budget that has been allocated to improve the quality and facilities in the public toilet. So let's take Japan as an example. They like install a lot of high-tech technologies, high-tech instruments and facilities in their public toilet, so that people won't have to do anything and the appliance itself automatically, so it will clean by itself. So this kind of appliance will give awareness to the people to keep the public toilet clean. Yeah, that's all from me.
Thank you,
Um,
Kirill.
Well, I'd like to intervene. I think the government does fund organizations to help maintain public facilities, such as the organization Majlis Bandaraya Shah Alam, which is MBSA. Why do you think with these organizations, public facilities such as toilets are still under par?
Of course, there are of course there are associations that like putting effort to improve the quality of the public toilets. But there are some, not some, like most of the public toilets in our country are still in like poor condition. So the government should improve the efforts in improving the facilities in the public toilets.
I'm sorry, Kiro, but actually, by improving, if we want to improve the facility for the public toilets, it may cost lots, right? Our government will may use lots of money to improve the facility of public toilets, right? So, but if we see now today's, we get lots of crisis economy, right? We have crisis economy. So I think that if we want to improve our facilities, so it will be much, it will put lots of burden to our government. So I think um, it is the best. What's the best thing is the users. Is the users have to be more responsible, because if user did not be responsible, so the public toilets will be never clean. And if the user responsible to keep the toilet, that is like what I said earlier, if they give tolerate, so there is no need for government um, to be to be to improve the facility for the public toilet. So I think if user give tolerate with the cleaner and the government, so we will they will less the burden for government and the clean. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, actually, I agree with Filda, because it's all of our responsibility to keep the public toilet clean.
I semi agree with Hilda. I think that public toilets in urban areas are excellent, but rural areas, on the other hand, are subpar. I think the government should focus more on the rural areas. In conclusion, there are a lot of contributing factors to uncleanliness in public toilets, but we think that irresponsible users is the most accurate contributing factor. So to overcome this, the general public should have more common sense when using public toilets and should be more compassionate when using public toilets, so that other people may feel more comfortable when using these facilities. Parents in schools should also offer more education to their children and teach them to practice good habits in toilet etiquette, so that when they grow older, these habits will become normal for them and they will always um, practice proper hygiene when using toilets. That's all. Thank you for coming to our discussion, and we'll see you